Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase. Alrighty, you guys should have expected this by now. We have the moments of the month, and I'll be telling you guys all the best ways to go through and get all of these challenges and get yourself the free Galaxy Opal Devin Booker, who actually looks to be a beast. If you want to check out his stats, I'll link the stats video that I posted earlier today and all these moments of the month cards to see if there's really any of the cards you just want to single out, or if you want to go all the way to get Booker. So those will be links. So, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, and let's get into it. So, the moments of the month. I think most of us kind of already know how this goes, and I will, for anybody questioning it, DeMar DeRozan is gone since we are into the new month. You can only get DeMar's throughout January, and now you can see the new moments of the month is going to be Devin Booker, which is how it's, I guess, going to work. So we can get Booker all the way throughout February, and then once March hits, no more Booker. So the first 5 are just very simple Ruby option packs. You can see we have win a game of triple threat. Y'all got that. 150 points in single player games. Best way to do that is just go through triple threat offline. Boom, a bunch of games. XP grind will you possibly can, whatever XP you guys are currently on. I'll probably do in the Flash 5 because I've slacked and have none of those done. Make 10 3-pointers in a single challenge game. That one's pretty easy. The games you have the best bets of doing these are in the 40-point triple threats. There's quite a few of them, but the one that I recommend the most is heading over to the KD Brooklyn, one of the cover athletes, or I think there's another one somewhere else that you can finish as well. But I just do this KD Brooklyn one right here, 40-point triple threat game. It is on all-star difficulty, so it can be difficult at times. You have to put one Nets player, but overall, it's not bad. Any 40 player triple threat one is going to be great for that. Lower difficulty, the better. Get one triple-double. Again, the 40-player triple threat, it really is your best bet. Run a center that can play make a little bit because it'll be really easy to get those 10 points. Just drop step KD. Literally going to be the easiest free 10 points you could get. The 10 rebounds should come eventually. You can miss shots on the pick and roll for offensive rebounds if that really is hard for you. And then just pass it around until you can get some shots. You can call for some cuts. Just do anything like that. Run a pick and roll and have your center be the playmaker of the pick and roll and have your guard drop down like maybe LaMelo and just get some easy layups. Not too bad. And then get 42 points over triple threat online games. This is 2 games of triple threat online if you win, 3 if you lose, 4 if you lose, who knows. But it's just 42 points over triple threat online games. Just honestly relatively easy. So this next one is get 5 blocks with Onyenka Okongwu over multiple games. I've told you guys a few times my best block method, but this is in triple threat. Head over here. Put whoever you need to get blocks with. Pretend it's Stephon Marbury right there. They don't have to be in the middle, but you can put them there if you want. And then run 2 taller players than them. My 2 picks for this every single time are always Sean Bradley's gold and Yao Ming's gold, because these are the 2 tallest gold players I think that we have in the game right now. And Onyenka Okongwu is going to be smaller than both these guys. And then all you have to do is wait till you get matched up with a guard or just somebody smaller than Okongwu, and then let them go to the paint and chase down block them. This is literally the easiest method every single time, especially if you get a non-dunking point guard. You can get blocks like it's nothing. I've gotten 15 in a game, for every single challenge like that. It is stupid easy if you do it that way. 12 assists with Facundo Campasso over multiple multiplayer games. Best method, always triple threat online for these simple, easy 12 assist one. He's 5'10". He's going to be a bit better in triple threat online. Plus, you don't want to waste those wheel spins in clutch time that you could be getting and reset your record. So I would personally recommend just go to triple threat online and get those 12 assists, or another taller center, pick and roll it, and pass those down pretty easy, and it should be relatively all right. Or whenever you get on the fast break, make sure you give it to Campasso and make sure you pass it out to whoever's open, because fast breaks are cheese as hell. It should be pretty easy. This next one is 25 points and 6 assists in a single game with Luke Kennard. This is another one where that KD to Brooklyn 40-point triple threat challenge is the best way to do it, because you can really just run a pick and roll, pick and pop kind of thing with Kennard. Just gotta get open and then run the pick and roll for those 6 assists. There's 40 points, more than enough for Kennard to get that. 6 steals with Trey Brown Jr. I've said this a few times, but I have a steal method video already out on the channel. That's the method that I use for literally every time I need steals. I'll link that in the description down below. You guys can check that out, and hopefully it'll help you. The next one is 21 points in a single game of triple threat offline with Trey Lyles. Now, Trey Lyles is actually a pretty good offensive guard, so I actually suspect this one will be pretty easy. But if you ever struggle, default to the pick and roll. It is literally the easiest way to score, especially against the AIs. Pick and roll it, pick and pop it even, and anytime you get a fast break, make sure you're giving it to Trey Lyles to score. But I think most of you guys should be able to do this, especially if you just spam pick and rolls the entire game. Okay. 24 points and 5 rebounds with Ayo Dosunmu. Something like that. He needs 24 and 5. Again, the best way is to just do those in triple threat, the KD to Brooklyn triple threat spotlights. Those are the easiest way, just because there's 40 points. 5 rebounds isn't too bad. The I guess cheeky method to do it is whenever you go to that KD to Brooklyn one is make sure that your point guard is the tallest. I think he is a 6'4" point guard or shooting guard if I check. Yeah, he's 6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan, so you're gonna need to run shorter guys. The only reason you're doing this is because it actually makes it so that he's the tallest player on the court. Obviously, he has the best chance of getting those rebounds. So for example, we can run our short Allen Iverson, who is 6'1". I wasn't going to point guards. Then we can go to point guards again and run like Lou Will. Now we have a 6 foot and a 6'1" PG, and then our tall AO is our tallest player on the court, and hopefully he can get those 5 boards. And he's got 24 points. He's gonna be going against KD's base card, which really isn't a good defender. And hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, but it can be a little bit difficult. This next one is over multiplayer games using Jared Vanderbilt. I was talking about this Jared Vanderbilt being one of the sleeper picks. The dude is an amazing rebounder and defender, even has Hall of Fame rebound chaser. So I suspect this one won't be too bad. Obviously, if people are 3-point hunting, those long rebounds are bouncing over your head a little bit. Hopefully, if you guys see anybody doing these challenges, help them out if you're on Triple Threat Online or Clutch Time or anything like that. But I will say this Jared Vanderbilt reminds me a lot of a Maurice Lucas, so you could run him as a power forward, in Clutch Time and still get some rebounds, maybe limited over the weekend. You might be able to sneak him into a lineup there, or just go on Triple Threat Online, run him as your tallest player because he is a 6'9" power forward. And then just hopefully over the course of some games, he gets some rebounds. What you could do as well is run Jared Vanderbilt combined with Campasso, and you can get the assist to Vanderbilt and do with both of those challenges at the same time. It's going to be a bit tough, but it's possible to do it. So maybe that's what you want to do. Next one is 35 and 6 with Terrence Davis. Just like we talked about with AO, is we want to make sure Terrence Davis is the tallest player on our team when we go with that KD to Brooklyn 40-point triple threat game, and hopefully those 6 rebounds should eventually come to him. He's a 6'4", shooting guard. Hopefully he can get some boards out there. He has some pretty terrible rebounding, but eventually you'll be able to get those. But your best bet is for the 35 points to do those 40-point triple threats, because there's not really many people that are gonna let you get 6 rebounds with your shooting guard in Triple Threat Online or offline. Next one is 32 points and 3 blocks in a single game with Mo Bamba. Again, the best bet is the KD to Brooklyn. If you haven't done the KD to Brooklyn or got to that, boom, or any 40-point triple threat game, that's what you need to do. Head down here to the KD to Brooklyn, run him as your tallest player out there, and then essentially you're just going to be waiting in the paint, trying to block some people, bait out those with Mo Bamba. Make sure he's the tallest player on the court, and that one should be really easy because Mo Bamba is a beast when it comes to blocking shots, and you're going to have KD guarding you, so easy drop steps in the paint to get those buckets for the 32 points. Overall, I think this one won't be too bad, and you could also run him as the shortest player if you wanted to block Kyrie over and over again for those 3 blocks, but that's neither here nor there. Next one is 8 3-pointers in a single over multiplayer games, which isn't too bad. Now with this one, just run Triple Threat Online, really easy. Now Malik Monk isn't the best dribbler or movement guy, but he has jump shot 22 and he has really good shooting, so I think eventually should get it. And if you run against somebody else who's using Malik Monk or any of these other guys in online, you guys can team up. They can leave you open for some of your threes over the games, and hopefully it'll be okay. But in general, run a pick and roll, and then hopefully when you get around that screen, it'll be open. And anytime on the fast break, make sure that Malik Monk is the one running to the corners, and you can get some easy threes off that. Score 41 points over multiple clutch time games with Evan Fournier. Now, luckily, the one thing Fournier is insane at in this game is getting buckets. I don't know why it goes from, an amethyst to a... Oh, wait, because we're into the diamonds. Never mind. Evan Fournier is an absolute bucket. The dude is an insane shooter. He can still slash to the basket pretty well. So I think this one actually be pretty easy over clutch time games. Run him as your shooting guard if you want to. He doesn't have great defense, but make sure you pair him with some good defenders, and overall, eventually can do it. Again, the best method is really just to try to get out on the fast break, or just run some pick and rolls and try to get to the basket with Fournier. Overall, he is a good card, but his defense is kind of trash. 33 points with moments, Gary Trent Jr. over multiple Triple Threat Online games. Now, the tough thing about Gary Trent is he has one of the worst jumpers in the game, so my personal opinion would be only take it when you are wide open with him, and then other than that, try to attack the basket pretty consistently with Gary Trent, and I think eventually you'll be okay with him. 38 and 12 with moments rewards Bridges in a single game. Run Bridges as the tallest player in your court again, and do the KD to Brooklyn challenge. I know I'm sounding like a broken record out here, but luckily Bridges has 90s in both of his rebounding and is a really good rebounder in general. At 6'6", he's a bit taller, so he has a better chance against KD. Run him as that tallest person and make sure you drop every bucket with him and get every rebound with him, and you should be able to get it eventually. 22 rebounds with Yusuf Nurkic over multiple multiplayer games. This is another one of those that'll just happen naturally. Run him as the tallest player in triple threat, your center, and just hopefully people don't abuse you too much. You can get some of those rebounds. Hopefully you run into somebody who's also doing the other rebound challenge, and you guys can just chuck up a bunch of bricks and get them. But if not, this is one that will be annoying, to go against, or to try to do against other people that are really trying their, nuts off to try to get up there to get, Opal Devin, but eventually you will be able to get it done if you just span online modes like triple threat online, clutch time, maybe even unlimited if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could overall. 30 points with moments. Caris LeVert over multiple clutch time games. Again, I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. Caris LeVert is actually a bucket getter, has jump shot 70 on quick. He's an amazing slasher as long as you add posterizer to him. Can even get his own shot a little bit and is an alright defender, although he doesn't have clamps. I would run him at the 2. And again, just try to make him your primary scorer. Make sure you get him open. Try to drive and kick to the corner to him, and you can get some relatively open threes. Overall, it's not too bad. It's just scoring 30 points over multiple games. The next is 34 points with Chris Middleton over multiple unlimited games. Now, luckily, Chris Middleton is a good defender, but Middleton is more of a, sit and kind of shoot guy. So what you could do for your team like this is just kind of run him as your shooting guard. No, I shouldn't have put that in contract. Jaylen Brown took a little bit. We'll pretend Kazi is him. You gotta just have to, run your normal offense. If you have a few three-point money plays that you like, you could, try some of those to get them open. But what I would probably do is just take him and try to run him through a few screens, make him your main, ball handler, and just see what you can kind of do in those, unlimited games, or just kind of drive it to the basket and then kick it out whenever he can get those, or just run him as a pick and roll guy yourself. If you can, if there's a few plays, you can actually do that yourself. So overall, it won't be, horrible, but it's not going to be great. But I will say Chris Middleton is a solid card, so it won't be horrible getting those. 12 blocks of Jaren Jackson Jr. Same thing we talked about with the block method. Head over to triple threat, make him your shortest player on the court, and just get chase down blocks on, those shorter guys. With Jaren Jackson, he's an absolutely insane shot blocker, so you could even do this in triple threat online if you wanted to. But that's all up to you. I think Jaren Jackson's blocks should be relatively easy, but this is the method I do. Make him your shortest player with Sean Bradley and Yao Ming out there to be taller than him. That way he's guarding, Jaren Jackson's guarding the point guard, and then just chase down block those guys every single time. It is a very, very easy time if you do that. And then after that, we have score 121 points with moments Fred VanVleet over multiple multiplayer games. Luckily, Fred VanVleet can not only dribble well, but is a good slasher aside from his dunking, is a great shooter, has Hall of Fame unpluckable, and can play defense. So I do think he's relatively good enough to use in clutch time as your starting point guard if you wanted to. But if you're not comfortable with that, triple threat online is always the best way. Maybe you get the Opal Devin, but in general, just use him as your primary ball handler. Let him through a lot of screens. If you have any money plays that you like, you can do that. Overall, Fred VanVleet won't be too bad. Sabonis, 42 points over multiple triple threat online games. Again, run him as your center, run the pick and roll, and just spam the hell out of it. Hopefully, you run into somebody else doing some challenges, and it won't be too bad. But eventually, if you just spam pick and rolls, Sabonis will get 42 points. Although he can't shoot as well. And the last one is 18 assists and 27 points with Darius Garland in a single game. And that one, you have to probably play a game of rookie domination. If you do that, it'll be relatively easy. Head over to Homecoming, not Homecoming, the Current Domination. And then you can just run one of these on rookie, play like the terrible Houston Rockets on rookie, and you should be able to get that very, very easy. 18 assists, just run a pick and roll. You can literally just run down a snatch back to get your points with Darius Garland. That won't be a problem at all. And overall, these actually seem easier than the other ones. There's no, 4-pointers in clutch time or anything like that. I think this actually is the easiest set that we've had for free cards. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you get Devin Booker the fastest way using some of these methods, and I'll see you in the next video.